Okay, good morning. It's a Thursday. I don't know nako ralero wetubaletera ebyensimbi. Tumekinga sure nti tubaletera abantu abategeera ebyensimbi, ebya business, ebyenfuna n'ebintu ebikwatagana bwe bityo. Onako ralero yes omugenyi wange ono mwagala nnyo. Since I started following her, nalabanga really ali ku mulamwa era n'obulamu bw'abakyala bwakyusizanga bungi nnyo mu bintu by'enkulaakulana n'ebyensimbi ye abadde akutte ebendera agiwanisa waggulu nnyo. Nga sinamwanjula kansooke nsome birthday. It's a very, very special birthday. And the message says, happy first birthday, our sweet little Kenneth Maseruka. From the moment you arrived, our lives have been filled with more love, joy, and laughter than we ever thought possible. You've brought so much happiness into our world, and we feel incredibly blessed to be your parents. Watching you grow, learn, and explore has been the most beautiful adventure. And we can't wait to see the amazing things you'll do in the years to come. You are our little sunshine, and we will always be there to support, love, and guide you every step of the way. Happy first birthday, baby Kenneth. We love you more than words can say. Aish. With all the love, Mommy Catherine Nampija and Dad Sebachije. Oh, happy birthday, our sweet little boy. Nabuli omu who was born today. Happy birthday to you that tubagala nnyo. Mukama bawe byemusinga okwagala. Okay. Tuline Hajats. Yes, Nuru. Naluyombya. Iranga ye CEO Boss Babe Community. She's an author, public speaker, motivational speaker. She's into women leadership. Akute kubachala banji nnyo mu bintu byenkulaakulana bambi. Naye nga tutwalabenga y'omuntu omutuufu agenda okujja ayogere ku mulamu ogwaleero. Omulamu ogugamba nti munanga abakyala abatulugunyizibwa mu bintu by'ensimbi twagala okubayamba ate n'ekisinga okukwasa ennaku nti abakyala abasinga tebakimanyi nti bali mu kutulugunyizibwa. Kakati omukyala Nuuru katutwale mu nsonga ezo ate tuzinnyuke paka saawa 4 nze Stella Nate Mwaszuze Mutya. All right, I am so excited every time I see this beautiful young woman. Ngamba ati munange ebiseera byaffe eby'omumaaso nno birungi kubanga aliwo abantu munange abavaayo ne bagamba sisobola kulaba embeera ng'eri bweti n'ensigala nga ntudde. Kyekyo lwaki munange afubye n'akwata ku bakyala ab'enjawulo era twamukyazaako lulimu alaba emirimu egy'enjawulo gye akwasaganya ng'ayambako abakyala okuvaayo, okusituka, okwogera, okukola n'ebintu ebikwatagana bwe bityo. Akatabo kano twatedde ekitabo atwatedde ekirabo Boss Babe. Yes, money book. Ebintu by'ensimbi bira abakyala. Tusembeddeko omwaka gwe tujja tutuukira mu 2030 tugenda kuba tufuga. Abafuga nkwaliriza nnyo Nuru.
Kale mukwano webale kunyaniriza era webale kwongera kumpita kwogera n'abantu ab'enjawulo. So I'm really happy to be here.
Okay, buza ku bantu bambi.
So abantu mugamba ki muli mutya abakyala abali of course n'abaami mbabuuzaako naye nga mumanyi oba omanyi you know that nze n'abakyala tuli tuti. But abakyala nga omulama bwe guli nti tweyongera okuyiga ku by'ensimbi because woba tomanyi bya nsimbi it's a risk to you and your kids. Yes, so tetulina bitunula bbali nti bino byabali tulina okubyenyigiramu ne tubiyiga.
Amina.
So era nsanyuse nnyo okubeera waneera.
Amina. Tukwaniriza nnyo era gwe yegwa omuntu omutuufu ngetwalabye nti gwasobola okulaba omulamu guno n'ogutematema ngeri tubitegeera. Okay, okutulugunyizibwa mu byensimbi tuba tutegeeza ki mu kaseera kano? Okay. So okutulugunyizibwa mu byensimbi mu luzungu kye bayita financial abuse. First of all, financial abuse, any part of domestic abuse is one of the types of domestic abuse. Okutulugunyizibwa kw'abakyala naddala ewaka. Nti mu domestic abuse tulinamu eno gye tumanyi okusinga physical eyokuba eyo buli omu agimanyi. Then waliyo ne emotional nti nkulumiza but sikubye but nkuhatinze I'm hurting you. So ezo bbiri. Then waliyo ne sexual abuse naye waliyo ne financial abuse gye tugenda okwogerako leero okutulugunyizibwa mu byensimbi. Yes, so okutulugunyizibwa mu byensimbi kyeki? So kyeki is first of all nti omuntu okugezaako okukulemesa oku-advancinga financially ate oba mu byensimbi nti oleme kukulaakulana osigala awo. Yes.
ate wandibadde weebuuza nti lwaki omuntu yandikikoze ekyo, because when you think about it bw'okirowoozaako nti buli omu yandiyagadde, especially for your spouse oba mukyala oba mwami wo, nti wandiyagadde akulaakulane. Yes. So yinza okwebuuza lwaki omuntu yandiyagadde oli aleme kukola ki, kukulaakulana. So omuntu okumekenga sure tokulaakulana mu byensimbi ng'omukyala, nti omanyi okubeera n'ensimbi, it's a form of power. Yes, so omuntu waba tayagala okulaakulane mu byensimbi, ayagala akugyeko that power so that you become a yes person. Yes sir. Etegede. So waba tokulaakulanye mu byensimbi, it's like omuntu akugyeko your voice.
Yes.
They take away your voice. So you can't speak. You can't ask questions. Yes. So it's a form of control. Nti obeeraawo nze nkole byenjagala nga tonyega, because you are depending on me. Okitegedde. You don't have the power.
Okay.
Chovola, okay.
Okay, Hajar. Okay, kitegeeza waliwo abaami abakola ekintu kino ye ngalooza ayamba mukyala we naye as they abusing.
Yes.
So unless a woman speaks up, omwami n'abaako kyakola, awo aba tali mu kutulugunya mukyala oyo.
Yes. Actually, one of the reasons gye tuli nti tetuwulira nnyo about financial abuse, nti si buli kiseera nti it looks like abuse. Sometimes it feels like love.
Yeah, I know.
Nakugamba, baby nedda kati nga bw'ozadde nga bwe tulina abaana gwe just be at home. Nze nkulabirire. Yes. So when you look at it like that, you feel like, banange, me my man, he doesn't even want me to work. Tagala nkole, tagala hustling.
At first we go,
that hustle life. Yes. So at first it may look good, but in the long run, it's a risk to you as the woman. Because you 100% depend on this person. So in the event in mutuukako, you are at risk. You and your children. Oba chimutuuseko, oba business, business, oba food day, oba emirimu. These days, recently with Ssente, abantu abamu losing emirimu because of Trump. So we've come to realize that there are no solid jobs. Even when a job looks solid, you never know what can happen. So it's a risk. So anyway, nti lwaki tubadde tetukyogera nti olumu tetukiruukinga nnyo nga financial abuse, and sometimes even probably the men may not know that they are actually abusing the other person. Yes.
Okay. Tugenda okutunuulira ebintu ki ebiraga nti omukyalo ono ali mu kutulugunyizibwa financially, oba amanyi batamanyi, but the ways.
Yes, the different ways. Yes. So one, eri basic gye tusoose okukola ki, okulaba eyo egamba nti sigale waka, either through a loving way nga bagambye na loving way, or where someone just says nze woba oli mukyala wange sagala okole londawo kimu obufumbo neki obufumbo nokola londawo kimu. So eyo yeri basic. Naye waliwo n'endala nti sometimes ayinza okuba kale akukkiriza okukola. Yes, because sometimes akukkiriza okukola because ayagala obeere busy. There is working. Just be busy so that you're not at home lounging around, but they still don't want you to make so much or progress. So eyinza okujjawo nga asabotaginga nnyo emirimu gyo. For example, maybe amanyi okola ku TV, and amanyi, okay, maybe over ku TV maybe at 9 ng'omaze okusoma amawulire or whatever. But they make it hard for you. Why do you come late? Why do what? But you know my job. That is the time I leave it. Over they are always finding ways of making sure you don't advance. Opportunities, maybe you're traveling, maybe you're doing what? Like opportunities that make you advance. Oba nogamba, I want to maybe go back to school and advance. Ngolaba nti buli chokola. Yes, I want you to work, but Senior, yes, so that is another form.
Okay.
Another form could be into sell business omwami n'omukyala. Yes, but then it's registered maybe in only the man's name. Okay, so nga as go omukyala ogamba munaye tukola bintu byaffe tuzimba business yaffe. So you're putting in the effort. But in actual sense, are you actually an owner of that business? Are you part of the ownership of that business? Yes? Nina example, I have a lady. Twasoma naye. Bavano, no mwami we, of course at that time boyfriend, nibagenda South Africa. They started a business, a very successful business. Neokula. And as they did that business, omukyala actually yasinga okubeera ku ground nga akola. Yes, omama of course ngadukanya business endala nga ajjanye Uganda naye nga kweri business omukyala yagikola ki yagikola. 10 years later maybe their feelings have changed for this woman.
They have to.
Now they are chasing her out of the business, but she has worked 10 years. And guess what? There is no document that shows that you're also part of the owners. Tewali chiriaga. Yes? Yeah. So that means for 10 years, agenda viramwao, she will start from zero. Yes? Nayenga, so, niwe muba mugament, yes, tuzimbye zino business, nga family. Yeah? Gomchala, don't just say, nti tukolachi.
Tukola nogamba nti kambere just omukozi ne botansa sula zikastandi mu business.
Yes.
Kati omukazi uchikiza yandetanye ne
exactly.
omukozi omulala.
Yes, either you're paid well, you're compensated, or at least documents should show that you're part of the ownership of this business. Because when it succeeds, yes, kanye or things are not working out, but you've put in your effort for all these years. Yeah? Ate olumu n'abantu tebabala nnyo effort yo. Yes, oyinza okuwanga watekamu ssente, but I put in the hours. I marketed the business. Yes, I planned for the business. So also that should be compensated. So that is also another form of financial abuse. Yes.
Okay. Waliwo abana abaami abagamba nti gwe genda okole naye nja kuterekeranga kakasaka sente ko on my account obanga buli kyokole ukimpa zakutolerako tubakozi tutya. How is the situation right?
Yes, that is also a form of financial abuse. In fact, someone was telling me that there is some culture somewhere, I don't know exactly the culture, where for it it's a culture you go and work but you bring the money nozikwaso omwami. So yeah, you're deciding what to do, zakuwako, yeah. So ideally, techandi badechwi, if these two people come together, bring all their resources together, and they discuss how to manage their resources, because they are family ready, yeah. Ideally, techandi badechwi, but for you to just send to you go and work and then bring all your money, nzi managing. Nzigire, ndabe what to do with the money. Yes, that is a form of financial abuse.
Okay. Abachala simanyi lwaki twetuulako ne tusirika ne tugamba nti no kulwa bufumbo kulwa baana bange kanzikirize omwami abeere in control. Omwami ono alina waakuma kugamba kubya control, kubya ensimbi, kubya running a family. Should there be boundaries?
So that is a tricky question. Kuwanga, relationships and families are all dynamic. Yes, so we can't answer into this is one answer that fits all. But buliomu, you have to sit and analyze your own relationship. Yeah, how is your relationship? Is my person transparent with his own resources? With mine, like, do we have a vision as a family? Are we moving together? Or buli omu ali kubibye? You know, people can be together nayenga buli omu ali kubibye. Tewaliwo any form of discussion on what we should do, what our future is together. Yes. So that is dynamic. So oyino kutuulanga gwe omukyala, because better financial abuse ngomchala. Analyze your relationship and see, okay, am I being involved in the decisions of this home? Yeah? Financial decisions, decisions that matter, decisions that impact me and my children. So how are things? So olabanga you're not being involved, bolabanga you're not being supported, olabanga omuntu agezaako okulaba nti you don't advance, then try to speak up. But
to speak
yes,
up,
to talk about it. And usually abantu balowooza nti speaking up means ngenda kuyomba da why are you doing this? No, speaking up means waliwo ekintu ekinnuma, then I want to talk about it. So you could start with saying that, okay, maybe you have a family home. Do you even know the ownership of this family home? Do you even know where the documents are? You might be there in the family home, ngeri mu bank bajawolerako, that's it. Yes, any minute. Yeah. So usually abachala naffe tu bagamba tusaayo gwanagamba. I don't know if that's okusaayo gwanagamba kansubire nchogede bulungi, like you're not bothered. Yes, for as long as you see bills are being paid, kids are going to school, ebirala tomanyi, but be bothered. No, otherwise if you're not bothered, you are at a risk. Something can happen and someone who was doing well, all of a sudden, you have nothing. In fact, another woman was called me some time back. it seemed they were really doing well. Nga omusajja alina omulimu ebweru nga akola bulungi alina ssente nyingi bana bali mu international schools, but I think ng'obimanyi ebyemirimu things happen. So I think emirimu negigotanamu nga he no longer has the money he used to have. So omukyalo ono, remember, she was telling me she had never worked a day in her life for 20 years. Of course,
since she got married.
Yes. Okay. Of course, they had the life, the money was there. I mean, she was driving the cars she wants, everything was there. But now, things have switched, and she has no clue where to start from. So she was kind of telling me, maybe what do? I have a plot of land, do I sell it and start a business? So even such a person, it's even hard to advise, because if you've never worked a day in your life, even a business, like it's like you don't have any actual skills to manage or run a business. So where do you start from? So it's really a risk okubanga to you're not involving yourself in the financial decisions of the home. So okudayo ku question yo, buli omu are analyzing their kind of relationship. Exactly. Nechikolera, but bottom line is be involved. Tosulayo gwa nagamba. You are an adult. You are no longer a child. And it's your parents who are thinking for you. Also, you try to think for yourself. I don't care whether you're married to who, the richest person. Also, you try to have a mind of your own, a mind that thinks. Yes. No. Okay. If we have businesses, are you involved in the businesses? Also, some ladies, the husband can have a very successful business, but you're not trying to be involved. So get involved. Know how the business is run. Yes. By the time muntu walabanga, there is some value you're adding. Maybe they may want to involve you. Maybe they are involving you because you're seeming like yes. Right. Educate yourself. Have skills. Olabenti you're also adding value to the family, but also yourself financially.
Okay. Tugenda kulaba engeri, of course, you tusobola advising mu okulaba nti twetereza mu fenga abakyala okulaba nti naffe tubeera financially involved in the decisions that are made at home. Naye ezo n'ensonga z'oyogedde okutya okwogera nti mwami kino na kino ekinnuma, to fear to communicate our feelings. Twaga tutunulira lwaki abakyala tusirikane and we let men take over. And one of the reasons okyogedde kunoga nti abamu munange takolangako 20 years down the road since she got married, everything is moving as she planned. Ensonga endala lwaki basirika, lwaki endala why is it like that?
Okay, so many reasons. First is culturally, the culture setting or culture socialization. Until from the time you're young, you're being told what? Omwami takola ki? Tadibwamu. Nywa amazzi simanya, put water in your mouth, don't speak. Yes? So culturally also, how we have been programmed culturally. Until we've been told you keep quiet, you stay behind. So even when you think you're empowered, even when you think, I've gone to school, I have my degree, I have my master's, I even have a good job, at the back of your mind, subconsciously, it's kind of there. It's kind of there to expect that I'll be taken care of. I'll be taken care of, or I shouldn't speak that much. So sometimes, even when people are getting married, they are usually advising the woman, keep quiet, you have to give your man peace of mind, which is okay. Okay.
And let's advise women the solutions to all this financial abuse and how they can be financially involved in the decisions of the family. Okay, welcome back from that break. CEO Boss Babe Community, she's an author. Abada tuyisamuko mu ngeri abaami gye batulugunyaamu abakyala baabwe financially. Tuwumulidde wali tubadde tugenda kutunuulira engeri oba ebintu abasajja bye byetabamu oba bye bakola ebibatwalira ssente, but at the end of the day obuzito ate nga budda ku bakazi financially. Yes, let's start from there.
Yes. So nga tuzeeyo ku mulamwa gwaffe a form of financial abuse, another form of financial abuse, chokulekera responsibilities omukyala. Responsibilities awaka, maybe kulabirira abaana, omanyi these days they are actually men school fees, they are unbothered.
Yeah.
School fees abana unbothered ku
their well-being.
Yes, well-being of their kids. Abana barade, they are not bothered. Emmere bichi, rent, what, home. There are some men who are unbothered, and you see that some of them are not necessarily in Titibalina. Some may actually have the money. Nayenga, there are other activities zeba involving maybe they have other women, maybe there is gambling, Ssente nazitwala gambling, nebazikuba nezigwawo. So it's like the person is being irresponsible financially, but guess what? Burden again akudayo ku mukyala, because it's very hard on mukyala for them to give up on their children. So they have to figure out a way of how to take care of these kids. Oba abamu ne deciding they are going to do drugs, or they are going to spend their money in alcohol. So sometimes they involve themselves in irresponsible activities which take their money, yet neberabira ok taking care of the children. So that is also a form of financial abuse. Okwanga, you're not taking responsibility for your family financially. That means you're leaving this burden to the wife. Oba bamba chikolant, okay, since you're working, if even you are even promoted, you're what? Now take care of.
Oh yes. Kati omukyala abakitya abatya yeyo at the end of the day kitula munagamba we nakola nno bino ono ayinza okulekera ayinza okusola responsibilities naye n'atuula kati olaba akakubaganaawo. Okay, tugere ku basajja abafuna looni mu banka nga batadde ebintu
n'abamu olumu another form of financial abuse, for example, nti aba akoze ki deciding nze okufula maybe guarantor for a loan, so n'agenda n'afuna loan but they put your names instead. Or family properties ayinza ozeewolerako nga maybe takuinformi nze. So all that affects you because there is no open communication. Yes, obutaku involving in financial decisions of our home, especially decisions that are going to affect you. Yes, nga maybe getting a loan on your home, or making you a guarantor,
selling property.
Yes, selling property, and without informing you. You know, the key is if they inform you and you discuss and you agree, and if you agree, maybe ngolaba nambo chikuyambanga family, maybe yes. But the challenge is not involving you. So it puts you at a risk financially. Yes, you wake up one day, you've been thinking you have a home and you actually don't have a home. Or they took a loan but they failed to pay the loan, but they put you as a guarantor and maybe you have to pay the loan. So all that is financial abuse.
Okay, waliwo abaami abalina effugabbi nga n'emikwano egyandikulakulanyiza omukyala n'agimusalako ebintu tubyandinvolvinze in like church or community activities n'amugaana. Effugabbi eryo liyinza okukosa omukyala ono, tulyogereko.
Isolation, that's a form of abuse. Because remember gye twatandikidde nti why would someone not want their spouse to succeed financially? It's a form of control. Nti ayagala nga you don't have options, nga you don't have a voice. So basically there is this one person you depend on. That means they can do whatever they want and you will not say anything or do anything because they are literally your life. So nekyo kyogambye isolation. That's why olaba nnyo totambula, toyogera nono, don't go there, don't as in, so that basically akujjako all the people who could advise you. So basically it's like only in a dark space. You can't see opportunities, you can't open your mind, you can't get the connections, you can't network, you can't grow. And one of the things actually chingamba abachala nti okukola is not just about the money. Tojayo with just ssente ng'ogenza okukola, but who you become as a person, even the confidence,
who you meet,
who you become, who you meet, even the confidence. So the more you work, now omuntu okula emotionally, even their confidence. Ngachi kyobadde obuuza nti why don't women speak up? It can also be because they don't have the confidence. Yes, and confidence maybe from home they techabakuliramu katati afumbiddwa confidence ne bayongera okugiputinga wansi. That's why you need to always be aware as a woman, no lavant your confidence is not killed, because when your confidence is killed, that means you can never speak up. They'll do whatever they want to you. You'll not say anything, and especially if you're not financially empowered. Yeah, omanyi wobera a bit financially empowered. Yeah, there are things you know. There is a word I was going to use, but let me not use it. But there are things that you may not accept. There is a level of...
There are some boundaries you set and they can't be crossed.
That's the word. There are some boundaries, yes. But it's not that balina empisa. It's because they didn't have options.
They didn't have options.
They didn't have options, yes. Yeah. They didn't have options. Imagine, Tewasoma, maybe you have like 10 kids or 8 kids. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So, toina Ssente, toina cholina. So, in a financial empowerment, a bit of freedom, a bit of options. When the situation becomes so bad, you are not going to die. When the your option, now totally financially empowered, it means you don't have any option. They'll beat you, they'll do whatever they want to you, but you'll not have where to go. That's why tulabanyo newebuza omuntu naye nomuntu nga bamubonya nnyo. Yeah, because taina option. So that's why abamu abasajja bakikozesa to quiet you, to humble you, to make sure you don't question anything, because if you don't have money, this person is your bread and butter, like
Yeah,
yes.
Deciding abuli chimu.
Yeah, deciding abuli chimu.
Okay. Ate ne financial gundi eyo, financial literacy, yetuyambako ffenga abakyalo okwezuula.
Yes.
Biki byensobola okukola nga nze wano wentudde ewaka, biki byensobola okukolawo obutambula nga sigenze okukola mu town naye nga ki. Okwezuula kiri mu makulu ki?
Yes. First of all, abantu tulina opening our minds. First of all, right now the world has changed.
So much.
You don't have to have a chiduka in town to make money. You don't have to have an office to make money. Even at home, you can do an online business at home. Produce whatever you're producing or sell whatever you're selling from home. You can do deliveries. So okwezula, what is okwezula? Over self-discovery. Basically, self-discovery is discovering the power in you. When we say you are empowered, it means you know your power. It means you know your potential. It means you believe in yourself. Yeah. Yes? It means that even when I don't know certain things, I know that I can learn them. Yeah. I can't just say, Ma, maybe you're can't sigale wano. No. You can learn. So discover your strength as a person, because all of us do inner strength. Yeah? God cannot be that unfair. Otherwise, all of us have something unique about us. So discover that thing about you. Making a unique. Maybe you love cooking. You know, there are people who just love cooking. I know. Yes? So can you think of how to earn from that? Maybe you love to speak. Can you think about how to earn from that? Maybe what other things? Maybe abatunga fashion. Oba baina passion ya deco ngaja in your house that's in interior designing. So when you discover something you're passionate about, something you are a bit good at, then chongereko, maybe learn more about it, professionalize it, and start making profits from it.
Okay, tetuagala kwawula maka, tetuagala what is it called?
Kutabangula.
Yes, kutabanguka maka. But what we want to do is to financially, giving you this financial literacy, and then also okuyambako okwezula, so that to moving forward. Abakyala bali eyo twandyagadde Nor oyogereko nabo mu ngeri basobola communicating their feelings without okukozesa amaanyi amangi oba without offending their husbands. Bakole batya mu kaseera ako? Ate bambi n'ekirala, there are also men who support their wives. So I don't want abasajja balowooze nti ever we are talking against, but there are men who really support their wives. And those are men abayina confidence in themselves. Self-esteem. Tati auntie, if my wife is succeeding, maybe they're going to disrespect me. No.
So they are happy to support the wives. So they are also there, and we applaud you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, such men, start mentorship for other men.
I know. Yeah, that's true. That would actually help.
Yes, mubabulire mubagambe nti actually kiyamba gwe for your wife to be empowered. Yes. Because you don't want the family to depend on only one income, but also in the event of anything, maybe abantu abasajja mubalaba, they have worked hard, they have different properties, all over, no one knows where the properties are. The wife doesn't know where the properties are. But I thought you're working hard so that your family, your kids are well off. Yes. So obadogamba, how should they communicate? Yes. So again, we go back to the thing of dynamics of relationship. Nti buli omu obeera omanyi the kind of relationship gy'olimu, you know how to communicate to your person. So bw'ovaako eno sho togamba I've always been financially abused. Tomulindanga akomyeyo nogamba, can you imagine what? No. That is not what we are advocating for. So tugamba, find a way of communicating and start with simple questions. Start with a situation. For example, I'm in a business, but you don't know. Maybe start by saying, maybe, you know, honey or sweetheart or whatever you call him, maybe I want to start being more involved in the business. Maybe in somesa, or if it's our home, maybe buza banai, maybe our home, what is the ownership like? So start to ask questions, but not in a way of you're trying to fight. So, or because also them sometimes ngabe tugambe how society has socialized us, also them society has socialized them to think like that. Yes.
So the approach.
Yes, the approach.
It's going to really matter.
So find a way of communicating it and coming to terms with it, and not in a bad way, but at the end of the day trying to Ssente. Whether he comes through on those things or not, you are still empowered financially. So right now, look at your financial situation. Oliwaka or what oliwaka? Oba oliwaka, start to think, okay, dendiwaka, what can I start doing from here? Then bobola banti, maybe ndimu corporate, I have a career. Start to see also how you keep advancing it. And as women, let's not settle for the bare minimum. To be you're comfortable. I stand for my job, it's giving me my 2M. Me, I settle, me, I'm comfortable, or my 3M. No, you can do more, you can earn more. Yes. So just don't settle, find a way of communicating it and see if they'll come through. They may come through, they may not, but either way, at least you be financially empowered. To November, tan supporting the new kubibie, but at least me as me, I have like a fallback position. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense. Did it make sense?
Yeah. It does. In a way, of course, what fena tulibanja ulo so buli omaja kulaba wagwa. Fena tu improving it out. Omukyala yandisanye nasaba olukusa nga tanatandikawo kintu kyeyenga ye. Oba asobola okitandika omwami n'amusanga because waliwo omwami ajja kugamba n'ogitandika ojja gifuluma. N'otandikawo business one n'otandika nagambye tokola or something. So ogitandikira, you're out of this place.
Okay. So ideally as a family, these two should talk. Nogamba nti njagala kutandikawo in a business, maybe I need your support. And hopefully he accepts. Kati wagamba nti ojja gifuluma, now that is abuse.
Extreme,
that is abuse. And bwaba takuwadde any valid reason. When if he just says, you know what, me you can't work, but okay, why? Like explaining it. So that is abuse. And but I say at the end of the day, first of all, know that that is abuse. You are being abused, but at the end of the day, it's a decision you have to make by yourself. It's like ngabola abantu waliwo abakyala nga babakuba omwami amukuba, so that is abuse. But at the end of the day, it is their decision to see what to do. What should they do about the situation? So at least for us, it's because it's hard to tell someone what to do. Because you can't completely
you see what
know
works best for you.
Exactly, you can't completely know what their situation is. Okay, so they need to, first of all, it's knowing. Yes, you are being abused. It's like when you go to hospital and gamba, you have malaria. So you have to decide to either take that medicine or to not take that. Yes.
Omukyala naso ogenda kumbenganda b'omwami nayogera nabo because tunuulira ono omukyala atayina voice, atayina say wadde mu family. Asobola okukozesako other means.
Yes, they can try other means. But also it can start with empowering yourself by that. You know, when you're empowering yourself, when you speak, no muntu alaba nti, yeah, I'm not being rude, but I'm firm with what I'm trying to say. But yes, asobola ogendako ne mu benganda. But sometimes also that benganda bali on the side of the man. And also sometimes maybe he's the, you know, when he's the provider of the family. Really, they don't have any much influence on him.
In any way they can.
Yes. Help. So omukyala ino looking at their situation and see possible solutions.
I like
to
what you've said, Nora. Like you start with yourself and empower yourself.
Yes.
Find out what you can do, ways uli bichibesobola okukola and everything. By the time ojira ku mwami onomugamba badde nsaba kola kino na kino. Ng'oli farm totya.
Yes. By now when you're farm, they'll understand.
Yeah.
But wabala okyali mu okukyate agamba.
All right, today so bayamba what you get the financial literacy, and I don't know which ways, workshops, circles, and everything. Let's talk about it. How we can help women get out of that financial abuse.
Okay.
Yes.
So really, it starts with empowering yourself. How to
empower yourself.
Empowering yourself means into okwesomesa first of all. So even bobola bye no show kitegeeza otandise opening up amaso go. Ekitu keeping her in the dark is when we don't have information. Yes, naye bw'otandika okuwuliriza such information omanya nti bambi nange nina kyensobola okukola. So start by educating yourself. Even like on YouTube oba tonaba nagenda in any, there is a lot of talks on how to do different things. So first of all, start investing in yourself. Oyige womala okuyiga, start saying, okay, kati nganze nuru nsobola kukola ki, maybe tandika okukiyiga. Yes, tandika okukiyiga, then consult people abali mweyo area oba abali mweyo area joyagala oyiga mbanjagala maybe kola business ya kutunga, maybe nenebu zako abokutunga. Then you can also maybe join saving groups, but they have to be legit. You need to try to do background checks or labanti zili legit so that atetobiwa yes or other empowerment groups.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we also have an empowerment group where we just teach about financial management. We have meet and greets, but you don't have to specifically come to ours. Just first of all, ngabe tugambye is starting with yourself. Kuyiga, find people who can educate you or you get skills. Olina okubanga omukyalo inayo skills ezomanyi esobola okuwa ssente
obazo osobola okuyiga.
Yes, obazo osobola okuyiga. Yes, actually ne oba tomanyi nonti all of us have the ability to learn. Osobola okuyiga ekintu n'okikola te n'okikola bulungi for as long as wekkiririzaamu. Challenge tulina abakyala tetwekkiririzaamu nnyo. Yes, so you have to be intentional. Yes, intentional. Yes, needs okwa right now netya, but okwekkiririzaamu is not a talent into you. Either know how to sing or you don't know. It's something you can learn and practice. Take a few risks. Yeah, tandikawo ekintu olabe. But you kigezese. Okole mistakes or you get from those mistakes. You learn how to market because ne olumu ekigana abantu business abo succeeding a marketing tebaina marketing skills. You can have the best product or best service, but you know how to market it. So learn different skills. You'll be empowered. Learn about financial management. Totekayo gwa nagamba. Ng'omukyala tutekayo nnyo gwa nabanga.
Just don't don't
tobera nga toli nga tofaayo because omanyi omwami nze andabira buli kimu akireeta. Yes, yadde akulabirira naawe add some value to the family. Yes. Okay.
Bintu chebiralo omukyala ono byandikoze oyogede ku circles, but they have to be legit.
Yes.
Okay, oyogede okwe adding ko value and through YouTube or anything. Bwabata sa kulaba YouTube mukazi watu mama nachejo aliye masakeyo anonye circles zinonyezebwa obanga bwabanga yetaze kale okujoining eyo akusaba sangawa.
So I'll give our contact. Though our community is mainly online.
Oh, it's mainly online.
Our trainings mainly zero online night. Where online Zoom, then also some physical trainings. Naye aso kunkubira. Nitu more advising. So maybe later I'll say the number.
Believe in abachala bali involved in different activities. Do they pay some little money over cha community?
Which activities? To get land titles?
Those things. Okay.
Yes. So to join the community, bakola course. There is a course they sign up for that I teach. So it's about financial management. Otandiko kuiga, how do I work on my mindset? Otandiko kuiga, how to manage money, how to budget it, how to invest it, how to believe in yourself. Then womala, no joining a community. And we are still getting other partners on board to do different things. Yes, kati ababa saving up to saving it for 1 year. We save money, we buy land at the end of the year, we subdivide and everyone gets a land title. Because sometimes chiba chizibu omchala ne wobodi na wo sente wobuti nogamba naye kati ntandikirewa. Wemba njagala ettaka ntandikirewa.
Ni wano asobola okuba watandikira bawadukira. Okay, akatale ke Kanoru nga tumaliriza. Akatale ke katuweyo ko take back home. Point says.
Okay. So akatale keka obanga maliriza is omuchala be empowered financially. Wekiririzemu. Yes, it doesn't matter oba wasoma, oba tewasoma, oba bakuzaalawa, all those things don't matter. You have to start with yourself. Wekiririzemu omanye nti naawe osobola. Omanye nti naawe oyina amagezi mutwego. Like nti tebakulowoleza bulowoleza. Wamala okwebelievinga mnogamba nti osobola. Second step, tandika okuyiga ebintu. Tandika opening up your eyes. Yes, ate eyes was opening out. It's a journey. All of us are still on a journey. Tewali agamba nti now yes, it's a journey. Naye kyeteka munga chili practice nti you continuously learn. Nti buli bwolaba awali oba musomo oba shonge eraga nti bagenda somesa ebintu ebyenjawulo, be there as much as possible. Be there because the more you learn, the more you grow as a person. Then gezako kutandika oku networkinga also. Oku networkinga because the more you network, you meet people, you are challenged. So these days I meet very young people with very successful businesses and I am inspired. I'm challenged. I get new ideas. You can think everyone is struggling. So expose yourself, listen to people's stories. Stories they were also once here. So it gives you hope and inspiration into there. Then bomalecho omalo kwiga tandika okubeera serious with your finances. Abachala and abachala tugamba be intentional with your finances. We are not even just talking about women at home. Even that the ladies who are working, because even the ladies who are working, they have good corporate jobs. You may know how to make the money, but do you know how to actually manage it? Yes. When kubuza okay, you make 3M a month or 5M. What have you done maybe for the past, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years? You may not have. So management of finances is very key. Because we're about to managing a Ssente z'obulungi, it puts you at a risk as a woman.
It does.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much Nur Naluyombya bwatyo wetugenze program wetambudde bwekatulina ketuleseeyo ko ojja kusootekayo endowoozayo oba you scan that QR code on your screen and you tell us what you think biki byoyize mweno programu then n'abantu abalala boyagala tuleete n'emiramu emirala gyoyagala twogereko kubanga tumulayi tubayigiriza Nur akatiriza n'agamba nti munange okweyigiriza okufuna amagezi n'ogamba nti kati nange nina sobola okolawo kino negatte ku bantu abalala bw'aba maama nakawunda so kikola lwaki sinze why is she different from me nze kiki esaso akola munange tetwetuulako gwe mulembe kati ensi etambula speed so teweesaasira nnyo I know
ogamba era nze this happened to me neweesaasira teweesaasira get yourself up. yeah.
Kale baba kunoonya ndoza tukubawe then
also I brought for you a gift.
Oh, thank you so much. Do it wakaleeta ne tuga oh dear this Boss Babe money book, a financial wake up call. That is it. Thank you so much. No.
Yeah, because literally tunaba kalonchina ngati kanaba kuberako.
Oh yes. Now it's launched officially. Yes, Boss Babe obo ngo no wandiketa ze bookstores je kali.
Yes.
Yeah, financial wake up.
Kuliko ne online copy abataga kukaringa hard copies.
Yeah.
So online copies. Yes. And nze ndi muntu wa online, so you can go to your app store or Play Store. It's there, Boss Babe money book. Ate eri online and nane audio kuliko ne money management tool, because sometimes it's hard for people to manage money. Yeah, so at least in that tool ogamba bwe mbafunye zino ssente nzikozeseza ntya. Yes. Okay. The number is 0772 193773.
Thank you so much. But it's okay. Boss Babe money book, a financial wake up call and guide for women. Thank you so much. No, and but your program we tambude mbagala nnyo bambi mwe bali goberera. You scan that QR code and you tell us what you've learned from this show. Teni number ndoza no rajisomi where you can find that different activities for women abaso zeta abamu. You can find her, and also to make sure that tutambulira wamu okwekulakulanya. Kale mbagala nnyo ndoza unakurencha nakura idi, is it Idi tomorrow? Okay. Mfunye do muntu yampise, it's okay. Toyanza. Mukama bankumire mbagala nnyo mweraba.